Hi everybody, I'm Elex Michaelson. We're about to go on an 11-day trip to Israel. We're aboard El Al, boarding up. Look at my seat in the exit row. Look at all that leg room. Everybody else didn't get so lucky. Plane's about to take off for 15 hours, and then we'll be on the other side. Can't wait. It's going to be a great trip. I'm glad you can be here. Alright, we've landed after 15 hours, and we ended up in Oxnard. This is actually Tel Aviv area. You can hear this great Israeli music. And this is the bus where we're going to be. We've got about 40 people on this trip, a great tour guide. Alright, we're here for day 2. Check out this bandana. How hot is that?
Hipster.
Alright, we're behind us is Baha'i Gardens that we're looking at. It's one of the biggest ports in Israel. It's in Haifa. We're on the bus. Sarah Turkisher is busy texting.
That's my dad.
I'm too. Israel's still looking at a Torah that's 400 years old. Part of a synagogue on Spot, which is one of the top mountains in all of Israel.
Right? Western philosophy, too much of doing. That's why we have water contamination, air pollution, stress of people, anxiety, work colleague. Right? So the balance is Judaism, do and live. You have to. Alright, but I'm going to show, huh?
Yeah.
Here we go. This is your best dish in Israel. We call it lahou. It's the first bread man-made. Okay.
Ancient city of Spot. This is one of the 4 holy cities in Israel. It's up on the top of the hill, one of the highest points in Israel. And if you look, this is actually the birthplace of the Kabbalah movement that you often hear about with Britney Spears or Madonna, but it's actually a very serious part of Judaism. Part of the artifacts is the shofar. Jake's going to show off who's a trombone player. We're standing on top of a volcanic mountain, which is actually on the border of several different countries. Over here, it's kind of cloudy, but that is Syria. This has been the center of several different wars, including the 1973 Yom Kippur War. Major fighting happened right here. Golda Meir and Henry Kissinger ended up negotiating what would happen with this land, but the...
Oh, there you go, man.
All right. Drum circle at the... This is the celebration of all the Birthright people together. We've got a group from India right in front of us. Over here, a group from Brazil.
All Jews love it. We're having a great time.
Standing inside King David's tomb. Inside the tomb, the World Peace Center office. Amazing with problems like that, it would be a single room. I think they need a little more space. Okay, so we're standing in front of the wall to get into the old city of Jerusalem, just to get a perspective of how big this thing is. Look how high this is. This is the biggest wall I've ever seen. Very intense. You can tell how important this is by how big the wall is. This makes our border fence look like nothing. You can see some bullet holes that have been left behind people trying to get through, but not getting through this thing. This floor is 1,700 years old. It's from the Byzantine era, as are these columns. Alright, so look at this. This is a schwalafel. That's right. Shawarma and fries. What do you think?
It's absolutely amazing. We're sitting in Jerusalem right now. It's one of the best meals I've ever had.
roads of Jerusalem are split down the middle because this is such a big earthquake area. They're worried about the city collapsing. Welcome to the Western Wall, the holiest spot in the entire Jewish religion. As you can see behind me, this is what's left of what once was a mighty temple here, but the Romulans destroyed it. This remains, and this is the spot where all Jewish frames are aimed towards this spot right here. Behind us, the Dome of the Rock, which is actually right now occupied by the Muslims, but is thought to be the holiest spot in the Jewish religion. That is where Abraham tried to sacrifice Isaac. But the Muslims have their holiest spot right over here. The Great Dome is where Muhammad is believed to have risen up to heaven. So this spot is probably the cornerstone of all conflict, of all, and most of history. This spot right here. Of course, Jews come to pray and leave messages in the wall. You are supposed to walk backwards from the wall so that you never turn your back to it. We're going to go down and do that right now. The male section for prayer is much, much larger than the female section over here.
Well, we hit the beaches in France. We went through France, Germany, and Austria. Freed the concentration camps over there. Spent a year and a half out in the Pacific after the Japs bombed Pearl Harbor. And Pat, that old bastard, said you just got to keep on driving. You got it?
What does this mean to you here, standing here?
Standing here means we're doing one of the greatest mitzvahs, which means a good deed.
1,700 years ago, recently discovered in archaeological digs.
Notice the background music.
A mosque is praying, one of the holiest mosques in the world. Moved into the heart of Tel Aviv. A marketplace, we're sitting down for lunch, packed with people on a crowded Friday afternoon. All right, welcome inside the marketplace in Tel Aviv. You can see fresh fruit, tchotchkes everywhere. This is a very, very crowded marketplace. The idea here is to barter your price, try to get it to where you want, which if you don't speak Hebrew, that makes that a little bit harder. This is the grave of David Ben-Gurion, the first leader of Israel. Instead of being buried in Jerusalem, he's buried out here in the desert where he wanted to grow the region, the desert of the Middle East. Right now. We are on the back of a camel right now. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
What's up? How are you guys doing? Danielle?
Hi, I'm on a camel.
Oh my
God.
Danielle,
Holding
what
off
do
from
you
my
think?
left. Jesus.
Camels go down.
Ah! I don't want to do that.
In for the home stretch. It's been quite a ride. I'm kind of ready to get off.
Really
this.
comfortable.
Really ready to get off this thing. Check those out. That's one mean camel toe. Our thighs are killing. Like Suzanne Summers just kicked our you-know-what with the thigh moves.
Woohoo! Hey, stop. You guys ready?
Yeah, very good. Welcome to literally one of the crossroads of the world. Behind us, look at this spot. Throw down a rock and watch it. We are in between several different countries right now. Over here, we see Egypt right on that mountain over there. Behind us, the Red Sea Bay, and then Saudi Arabia and also Jordan are both part of that location. One of the most spectacular spots in the world, reminding you that three religions all started in this desert right here. Thousands of years has built this incredible spot and shows you what nature is really all about.
Paradise, put up a parking